welcome back. This is day 3 of comparing and contrasting poetry. Okay, I'm not going to spend too long on the objectives and the learning target. They haven't changed for us yet. All right, so back to the 5 concepts we've been talking about all week: word choice, form, rhyme, rhythm, and voice. The assignment you guys did by yourself, you should have examined for all these things, and you might have even come across our 6th term, which is dialogue. I'm sure most of you have heard of dialogue before in TV shows, movies, books, all of it, okay? It is a speech or a conversation between 2 or more people in a work of literature, okay? You can recognize dialogue as the word between quotation marks, okay? I'm sure all of you have seen this before. Now, not all poetry has dialogue, but the one we're looking at today, which is I Too by Langston Hughes, the one you did independently, this has a little bit of dialogue in it. So let's jump in and go over the answers that you did on your own. Okay, so for number 1, the question asked, how many lines were in the poem and how many stanzas? If you counted them, there were 18 lines and there are 5 stanzas. Now remember, even though it's 1 line, it can still be 1 stanza on its own if there's a space between each one, okay? So don't get confused. Number 2 was asking if there was a rhyme or a rhyme scheme. No words in this poem rhyme. There is no rhyme scheme, okay? This is different from the 2 poems we did on day 1. For number 3, it asks you to consider the voice of the poem, okay? Now, in this poem, you've probably noticed that Langston Hughes used the pronoun I and me. So it's very likely that the author was speaking as himself, okay? He also mentions a they in the poem. So there's someone that the person is talking to. So just like we were talking about dialogue earlier, okay? The dialogue eat in the kitchen, okay, suggests someone is speaking directly to the narrator, all right? They're having a conversation with someone. For number 3, it asks to give an example of figurative language used in the poem. There are multiple examples. I gave you 2 right here. The words company comes is an example of alliteration, and I too am America is an example of a metaphor, and it is the most important metaphor in this entire poem. For number 5, the very last one, okay, no specific words are really repeated so much as lines in the poem to really emphasize the message. So the words eat in the kitchen are used twice. The line when company comes is also repeated, and the word America is used in the first and last lines of the poem. And just like in the poems we read the other day, these kind of make up the most important message that Langston Hughes was trying to get across in his poem. For today's assignment, we're going to read My People by Langston Hughes, another short poem, and then again, you're going to examine the author's choices by yourself, just like we did the past couple days. Now that you will have done this for 2 Langston Hughes poems, we're going to come together tomorrow to compare and contrast both of those and see the kind of choices he made and what were the similarities and differences each time. Okay, don't worry, as always, I'm going to read the poem to you. It is very short. Here we go. The night is beautiful, and so are the faces of my people. The stars are beautiful, so are the eyes of my people. Beautiful also is the sun. Beautiful also are the souls of my people. Remember, consider the 5 things we talked about today. You don't have to worry about dialogue in this poem because there is none, but as always, do your best, okay? Reread the poem closely and try to answer the questions on your own. This is the name of the document, and like I said, we will go over it tomorrow, okay? Good luck.